Hey, Paper Swan, I'm sitting here with Kendy Gable, and Kendy, how's it going?
It's great. How are you? Good
really,
to see you.
Really good. Good to see you. We're here to talk about your album a little bit and what's going on with you.
He won't come back. He can't come back.
What's going on musically and what's been happening?
All kinds of stuff. I've just finished recording my second album, which is exciting. The title is Always Somewhere It Is Morning. So the album itself has been written really, I wrote it when living in Australia, here, traveling. So it's kind of about the world and all the people in it.
Kendy, you've allowed yourself some more production room in this album. Tell us about that.
The album itself is going to be a lot bigger than my first album. So I have a lot more instrumentation.
Sweet.
Been working with Adam Chilinsky, my upright bassist, and Caitlin Becker, who sings with me and plays piano. But we also have some pedal steel on the album, lots of violin, some trumpets, a little shaker here or there.
Now, your first album was called Mountain Fields, right?
Right. Mountain Fields refers mostly to where I'm from. So Pennsylvania. Good old New Enterprise, Pennsylvania, Bedford County. Growing up on a farm, I grew up in a place called Morrison's Cove, so it's completely surrounded by mountains. And our fields run from obviously the barn to the mountain. We have a lot of land and just kind of what I was thinking. That first album, most of it was written whenever I moved to New York City. And it was a bit of a transition. It was a little bit of a difficult time. And I kind of found solace in being really nostalgic about home. And so that was pretty much what that album is rooted in. But moving to New York in 2010, that was, you work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, you live in really crappy apartments.
Just trying to get
and
by.
Still not, you're still not on the old Upper East Side, but life has improved. It's amazing when you give a place a chance and you work really hard, the benefits that you will reap.
Every morning he would walk into town.
And Kendy, you're living in Brooklyn right now.
I am. I live in South Williamsburg, which is a great neighborhood, and I work in South Williamsburg too, so I rarely leave South Williamsburg. Coming to the North Williamsburg, I'm like, oh, I haven't been up here for a while.
Yeah. Do you think any parts of your album are inspired by New York, or are you still sort of drawing on references of home?
Geographic location is very much in this album a lot of New York. I have one song called Brooklyn, February morning, 4 a.m. and there's a lot of songs about New York City and actually about Australia.
Cool. I know you spent some time in Australia.
My time in Melbourne.
How was that? I mean, what was that like?
That was amazing. Melbourne is great for its music scene. Definitely that was, I think, a formative time that made me choose to be a singer-songwriter just solely, because I was acting as well at that time.
Yeah.
But the folk scene there is great. I fell into a group of really inspiring musicians.
Cool.
And the town itself is very livable. It has been voted 3 times the world's most livable city.
Wow.
Just beautiful. Birds, eucalyptus trees, little houses. We had a lemon tree in the backyard.
Yeah.
It's very quaint.
That's awesome.
But really lovely. And I miss Australia and I miss Melbourne, but it's nice to be back in the States. It's home.
Totally.
It totally is.
Yeah.
You think about the
Feels
places
good, yeah.
you're from and your land. And
There are greener pastures, greener than the ones that I'm standing on. Oh, city with your golden streets, oh how they try to outshine the sun. And the stars in the sky at night, but I like to dance under moonlight. Apple trees, oh, take me to where their branches meet the skies. Well, I'm growing wild and I am wanting to feel the clouds by my side.
Kendy, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's great to be here.
Yeah.
Always good to see you.